I want you to imagine that and truly believe that nothing can be absolutely true, right? Nothing that has been or can be 100% certain. And I think that's going to be important for embracing why it is to be wrong, right? Why it's so important, how to embrace being wrong, in spite of the fact that humans naturally resist being wrong, right? And so what I first want to turn to is a really interesting little story that I read in a book recently called The Art of Living a Meaningless Existence. I'm going to link it down, or not link it, but I'll put um, something in the description, right, related to the book, what the book title is, and who the author is. But the story goes that imagine there's a blue pillow, right? There's just a blue pillow, and two individuals happen to walk up to it, and both of them think that the pillow is blue, right? Because, right, our eyes observe that the pillow is blue. But each of those people have a different perception of what that blue actually looks like. In each of their minds, that pillow looks somehow different, despite the fact that they can agree that the pillow is blue. And if you want to throw in something to get even a little crazier, you can bring in someone who's colorblind into the equation and have them look at the pillow, and of course they're going to have a very different answer to what their color is. And the colorblind person will often submit to the idea that the color is blue simply because a vast majority of people have the perception that it is, right? And if you wanted to really think about the situation in a different way, imagine if that the pillow was not blue anymore, right? But everyone still saw it as blue. Is the pillow still actually blue? And what I want this exercise, or not exercise, but story to illustrate, is that nothing can really ever be 100% certain, and the things that we view on a daily basis are radically different depending on who it is that you're conversing with, right? When I see a dog, I think of a creature that is super, like a beautiful creature. I love dogs, so I inherently have a desire to engage with the dog, and to just look at it more often. But I have a couple of friends who are deadly afraid of dogs for whatever reason, whatever past experience caused that. But their perception of what a dog is radically different from me. And if they were asked to simply draw a dog or illustrate a dog, it would look way different than mine, I guarantee you. And so I want that to sink in, and I want you to realize that no matter what you say or what other people can say, is that it just can't be 100% certain in any capacity. And nowadays, I feel as if this is one of the most important things that humans should embrace. We are so polarized by different sets of ideals, morals, just politics, everything, and it comes clashing together, as opposed to understanding that neither of these things are right nor wrong. And but we tend to get so tense and defend our opinions to such a high degree, and it causes this clash between us. And so how do you go about accepting to be wrong, and how do you go about striving to be wrong? Because I think ultimately what is important is at the end of the day is learning. Life is essentially just you learning over tons of days, weeks, years, months. Your life should be a constant cycle of just learning and gathering information. And I don't mean that in an academic way, but rather just throughout your life, right? Through different mistakes that you make and through different things that happen. And how can you strive to be wrong, as opposed to simply wanting to defend your opinions till you die, pretty much. I think that with this perception switch, that nothing can either be inherently 100% right or wrong, you can really take a step back and think about the different things that people say. Or I don't know if that makes much sense, but you can truly try to think about when someone tells you that whatever it is you said or tries to correct you on something, rather than looking at it as them being hostile, you just say, okay, and you try to embrace and understand what they're saying, as opposed to responding with hostility and responding with you defending your opinion, right, so harshly. I know so many people who are exactly like this, where no matter what, they cannot be wrong. And I have been one of those people in the past, for sure. And I think everyone has moments of that where they feel so right about something, and they're for some reason so emotionally tied. As humans, we get, pardon me, I'm sorry about that. We get so invested in our opinions and what we think is true, and that matters a lot to us. And so when someone tries to combat that, it's often met with a sense of anger almost. And people will go out of their way and do the most nowadays to prove that point. You have the people that will like Google like fact check you every single time when you say anything. You have people that will ask like leading questions into Google to try to find a research article about this. I mean, you have debates, the endless debates about people debating things that are at the end of the day pretty subjective, and of course they don't come to a conclusion because it's so hostile. No one can reach an agreement. And so you need to be able to let your guard down and just embrace the fact that we're all wrong at the end of the day, pretty much on everything. No one is ever 100% right, 100% correct. We're all wrong, we're all right. And if you go about it like that, I think at the end of the day, you take away a lot more than the average person who goes about thinking that their subjective perception of reality is the objective truth. Everything that they think of is right. So with that, I really hope that I feel like I kind of did a bad job at explaining the importance of learning to be wrong. But I hope to some extent you can understand how important it is to be open-minded and truly let yourself experience mistakes, experience lapses of quote unquote knowledge, whatever. Allow yourself to be wrong and allow yourself to be corrected if need be. At the end of the day, what matters is that you learn something, whether that be about yourself, about the world around you, but that you learn something and you can accept that other people have differing opinions that may not be quote unquote correct to you or wrong. But just embrace that. Embrace that. Embrace that. Thank you. Peace out.